Alrighty, guys. So this is probably going to be me recording this for a second time. I'm not going to change it again. But I want you guys to know I am doing something a little bit different here on the wonderful, lovely Gamingmadirocks. We're going to get into some gaming news today a little bit, but we're also going to get into some other news as well. I'm going to try to do this maybe once in a while. But I want you guys to know, first off, we're going to talk about Xbox and PlayStation. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about PlayStation and its services right now as we speak. And then we're also going to talk about a couple other things pertaining to the United States and a few things there. So, first, I'm just going to tell you guys, I am not going anywhere. I am not going to change who I am. I'm going to stick to being myself and being my authentic self. I'm not going to change anything, whether the law says it or not. I'm sticking to who I am, and that's it. Now first off, we've got a couple of things that I wanted to share. We're going to jump right on in to a couple of things. First off, within the United States, actually, to be honest, within Microsoft and other things, if we go, okay, to the PlayStation Store right now, you won't be able to access this. You won't be able to access any of the PlayStation content, anything of that nature through it, and through that app, you can't access the Xbox titles that you want to access. You can't access anything through the store. It is completely down. You can't get access to Fortnite. You can't get access to anything on the PlayStation Network. PlayStation Network is absolutely down. Now, to really collaborate this, I have, and I'm going to tell you. Let's go to the PS app. If the PS app is running, which it is, seemingly enough, seeming enough, the PlayStation Network is down. And it looks like that if I were to unplug my TV, actually unplug my computer from that, connect to the PlayStation, okay, because and I wanted to show you guys this, that it is down, that it is absolutely, you cannot access Call of Duty, one of the games that I wanted to play completely. I also want you guys to know that the PlayStation 30th anniversary is gone. You no longer have access to the 30th anniversary for the PlayStation. But as we're kind of getting in to show you guys this, there are a host of a few games. Wow, okay, so the PlayStation Store is back up. Let me see if I can get into Call of Duty. If I can get into Call of Duty, guys, I will be playing that tonight. Fetching account data from platform. Okay, so, now, for on the apps and things through Sony, store, you can now play Forza 5 on PlayStation. Wait, what? Yep, you can play that through PlayStation. Age of Mythology Retold can be played through PlayStation. And not only through PlayStation can those be played. Age of Empires 2, we've got Indiana Jones coming. We've got a few other games coming in that are already here, like Minecraft, Call of Duty. Well, Call of Duty, you kind of expect that to be here because it was already on PlayStation. But the Sea of Thieves is on PlayStation. And you've got a whole host of things. Now, I can't get onto it, so we'll just shut you off since we can't get on. It is still not running. And then also, through you can do a lot of things. And now, according to this, PlayStation does not know anything about it. You guys can go and look it up. But here is some other things and notable issues. The administration. Okay. If we go and... Now, I'm showing you that the White House, that Trump is back. But I do want you guys to note that if we type in White House .gov Constitution. If we go into the White House granting the state, if we go in, the Senate still has the Constitution, but as you can see, if we look it up, as you can see, the White House, President Barack Obama has it, but for the Barack Obama, okay, but where is the Constitution? Website. Oh, as you know, if you click on it, about the White House, our government, the Constitution. Right there, the Constitution still has not been shown up. The Constitution does not show up on the White House. The Constitution of the United States is not being listened to. The Constitution, by Donald Trump's image, he's not listening. He's not going to listen to the Constitution. Which means, since he's not going to listen to the Constitution, he has every right to ignore birthright citizenship, which is being filed against. Many, many people within the United States are grieving. The trans community is being hit the hardest. Donald Trump wants to instill education of his choosing within the United States. He's established that he is part of the Kennedy Center. He has basically booted out the chair, and he's now the Kennedy Center. Remember, this isn't America. America does not stand for a dictator. America never will, and I feel that for any purpose. But I also want you guys to know a couple of things, that not only was this gone, but within Donald Trump's Japanese briefing today with China, with Japan, I gotta be clear, with the Japanese, he basically claimed that the United States education, out of 40 countries at the bottom of the barrel. Let me be very, very clear with this. Okay? Now, we have a couple of things that I wanted to really emphasize. The United States is not the best country overall in 2024. Switzerland is number 1. Japan is number 2. United States is number 3. Canada has not moved since 2024. Canada is slightly worse than the United States, but if we look at the United States itself, our quality of life, our social purpose are not quite there. But we do have the best in agility, best in entrepreneurship, open for business. It's not open for business. This country is going downhill. Movers, heritage, like all of this, the only thing is entrepreneurship, but open for business, you're going to get taken out by any stretch of the means. Number 5 out of 87 in 2023. Now, when Donald Trump said social purpose is only at 20%, let me go down here and we look at our religious freedom is only 75.3 for religious freedom. Everything here, our gender equality in 2024 was very, very good. Okay? Our race equality, not so much. Our religious freedom was fantastic. Our rights, respects of property rights, of course, trustworthy. United States, trustworthy in 2024? No, it wasn't trustworthy, but you gotta realize that most of that trustworthiness is going down even well. Well-distributed political power, 2025, well-distributed political power, that's going down. That's going to be going downhill pretty darn fast. Cares about animal rights, human rights, cares about the environment. We were working towards caring about the environment. Committed to climate goals? No. Our commitment to all of these things were not there. Okay? The United States is not doing well in its social purpose. Its quality of life, its well-developed education system, okay? A well-developed public education system, right? Okay? 79.2. But when we look at social purpose within the rankings, which we can go over here, we're going to say social purpose. Okay? Quality of life is what we want to look at. We want to look up at the well-developed public education system. And I want you to understand something. He said that China's education is way better. He said that China's education system is better than ours. Let me be clear. The United States is 12th within the United States is 12, but China is 21 in well-developed public education system. China's education, to me, has failed, and that's where it is. And to be honest, Denmark's the only one with a well-developed education system. Sweden, the UK is even better. Finland, Germany. Wait, Canada's better? Japan, Norway, Switzerland. All of these, Netherlands, all of these have a well-developed public education system. These guys are doing their education better. Now, when we want to talk about all of this, let's also, another thing I wanted to share, let's go look, my curiosity, let's go look at the best states. Did they put the best states? Was this ranked best states in 2024? Guess what? In 2024, guess what? The state I live in is still best overall, number 4. Fiscal stability, not perfect, but if we say only because I'm not saying that we have very good natural environment. I will admit that. Our economy, that is our economy, crime, it's fiscal stability and healthcare. Fiscal stability, not so much, but opportunity. If you're an LGBTQ, you have better opportunity than you do here. But if we take an overall opportunistic, economy opportunity is 5. Okay? We also, for healthcare access is better than most states. Okay? Our education, higher education is worse than our lower education, but that's whatever. But if we look at our crime, yeah, we could do a lot better in a lot of things, but our air and water quality is better, but our pollution could be better as well. And I'm telling you this, that we have a lot better in all of these things, and we have better air and water quality for natural environment. Our air and water quality is better than most of these, but only ranked number 4. For the only other, Nebraska is a red state, but New Hampshire's okay, but Utah. But if we actually go and overall rank the education, okay, they say that Florida has the better education, but I actually wanted not to look over that. I wanted to look up economy, growth, okay, and I want to look at the states with the most growth. Idaho, Florida, Montana, Tennessee, Texas, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, North Carolina, South Carolina, all are having New Hampshire, but Maine, Georgia, Washington, Colorado, okay, all are on that list. Now, if we were just talking about Minnesota's growth, there wasn't much growth in Minnesota. We're at 36 for it, but growth of young population's lower. But if we say just the growth of the population, like if we talk about the growth of young population, Montana, Idaho, New Hampshire, Utah, New Jersey, Connecticut, Kansas, Texas, Tennessee, Wisconsin, yeah, a lot of these are red states, but I don't want you to really come in and say that these things are, that yes, I do follow that, but I follow these stats from overall in the United States. We are not better educated. And not only do we have that, spent on students per student. Okay, in the United States, schools spent about per student in 2024. Now, I want you to know that per pupil spending, okay, world population view, the pupil per spending, New York, District of Columbia, New York spent a lot on their people. All of these except for maybe Alaska, Illinois spends more. When you spend a lot more, like the worst spent in Utah, they spend less per student. But that doesn't mean anything. I was actually expenditures. I was coming here to look at this. The education expenditure by the United States. Okay? The United States spent about $15,000 in 2019. Luxembourg spent more. Norway spent more. Australia and the Republic of Korea, okay, spent more on their education when Trump was in office, his first time. And now if we say spent on students per student by country, and we're gonna put in 2024. First thing that pops up, okay, education spending. Education spending by country 2024. Now, I wanted to say this. GDP per year spent on education. United States did not even make that spending on that. 162 countries. Okay? Now, this is just going from 2019 still. The United States, if we actually really wanted to look at this, United States, if I am not mistaken, I may be missing something. I think I missed the United States, because I think the United States... The United States was about 6.1% that year, whereas the Marshall Islands spent more on it. And this was in 2023, by the way. This in 2019. Now, that's coming from the world. Now, let's... I also use data. This top... Like, that is just ridiculous. To say... The amount, like, even by this, on average, OC spend about per each year. The average amount spent per student varies by level of education. Okay? Other countries, you know, United States spending. Okay? You know, spent 2.2 million yen per student. Okay, they spent 2.2 million yen per student. Now, according to, now if we do that, okay, we go to the U.S. spending. No, actually, no, if we go to yen to dollar, okay, 1, 2, okay. Now, I actually think I need to take these out. They spent about 14,533 US dollars on students. That's how much they spend right now with the current rate. They spend that much money per student. And in the United States, on average, the United States Public Initiative, right, the Education Initiative, okay, spent 17,280 per pupil annually, right? Okay, but they spent that much money in what, in US dollars? But when you look at that and you say that's just the average, when you have the United States, by far, you can't say that, because US pop is this much population. We're going to averagely spend more in the United States for 2023 the population in 2023. Okay, the Japan pop. Okay. Japan's population is this much. When 124.5 million people in Japan, compared to how much in the United States, we, as a nation, spent a little bit more on our kids' education, a little bit more than what they have. Because if you want to be serious, and what you want to be really serious, Japan actually spends just about as much as we do. You know, you don't, on average, like, places that spend 20K, well, guess what, that 20K, how many people are living in those states? You know? How many people are living in these states? South Dakota doesn't even have half the population of Minnesota. Okay? These numbers where, you know, you see like Washington or these places. Alaska is a red state and spends more money on their education than freaking Minnesota does. You know? And I'm telling you, all of this is just relative to how many people you have in your state. You're going to end up spending more in your state on education to make better on that education. These blue states are going to have more education. And just because we spend a lot more on education, look, we went from average when Obama was in office to spending of this much average. But look at the Trump years. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 to 2021. Okay? Because we give Biden the credit. We spent $16,152 on average in Trump's first term. Makes you wonder. And it still went up under Obama, of course. It went up under Obama. But still, we spent that much on average. And to be honest, the in 2024 USD, we already dropped that much. Down here is what we spent last year. But in 2022, Biden, like, just because I found this out, that this was all of 2024. The average spending of that ended out, that whole year was 27.2, but under what, Obama? Like, all of this is just going up and up and up, and we're spending way more in education, but we have a lot of growth and a lot of need for education. But guys, I want you guys to know, if you guys want to see a lot of big news content, you guys can always come here to my Discord channel and check out under the big news where I post. These are big news. These are things that are absolutely things that you guys will only be able to see, not alter or change. But if you want to talk about political news, we can talk about political news in the political news section. We talk about these things. If you aren't there, that's fine. But I want to say, guys, I know that it's hard. The United States is fighting back. The ACLU is fighting back on Trump. We are going to hopefully curtail Trump, hopefully to get rid of Trump. We voted for Trump. Trump as a nation. I didn't. I voted for Kamala. If you want to see a lot of content, join the Discord. Join Blue Sky on my side. I'm always going to talk about left-leaning content. I am not a full-on leftist, though. I am centered left. I'm not like this left-leaning person that believes everything has to be done on the left. I will tell you, I believe in guns. Okay? I don't want a gun, but I still believe in guns, and I still believe that guns should be a safety mechanism for us. Bump stock shouldn't have been banned. The AR-15s that Obama backtracked. He backtracked on it. He literally backtracked on it. It's our First Amendment right. And I want you to understand that this country is falling apart because of Donald Trump. Everything that he has signed, everything that he has done is really horrible. And all of that. And it's really horrible to see all of these things fall, and all of these things fall down. And this country, I'm going to tell you, I am not perfect at anything. I am not perfect at understanding the LGBTQ community from A to Z, from whatever. I don't quite understand it, but I will learn, and I will grow, and I will come closer to understanding things. That's how I do. I understand the trans community more than I understand anything else because I am trans myself. But if you want to know more on the LGBTQ community myself, as I slowly learn, you guys can go watch Powered by Rainbows, one of my favorite content creators. Powered by Rainbows. You guys can also check out Ty Turner. You guys can, Queer News Tonight is another great place to catch up on some news as well. I would highly recommend that you guys check those out for LGBTQ content to understand, to grow, and fully understand that. Follow and make sure that you guys have that bell notification turned on by subscribing as well here on my channel, because you guys will get information through videos when I play video games. I will have information throughout. If you feel like you don't want to watch something, that's fine, but I will probably most likely have it shared up on Blue Sky because that's where I'm active right now the most. I share. I do a lot of things over there politically, and I'm very much active into a lot of that. And we can't just sit back. Trust me, we cannot sit back and hide ourselves from the geists of what's being out there. Stand firm and make sure that stand with your belief in the U.S. Constitution. Stand for that Constitution. Do not stand for Donald Trump. Do not stand for anybody other than the Constitution itself. And Donald Trump has decided to remove the Constitution from the White House's website. Donald Trump decides that he's going to take away your constitutional right. Fight back. Defend that Constitution. Do not defend a dictator. Do not defend anybody other than that which we hold dear. Now, I also want to let you guys know, getting off that, the last thing I'm going to say here, Marvel Rivals is a new game I've been playing. I am loving it, and I am very happy with it. Is an understatement. I am not happy with Marvel Rivals as big of a game as I am with it, but I still like it. I still, it's something I will probably come back and playing. I am going to tell you, I will still tell you this, and tell you that my content is going to be geared towards a lot of LGBTQ gameplays. It's going to be geared towards a lot of that. And it's always great to see people here watching my content. And I understand. This is not something I really want to talk about. I don't like talking about politics. I don't like getting into it, but I am starting to push more into that realm of talking about it a little bit, because I'm afraid I'm not the only one afraid of Donald Trump and afraid of the things that he's doing. Okay? I'm afraid that we're going to end up coming to civil war again. And, you know, we hadn't had a civil war since the 1800s. And I hope that we can come to terms and not have that civil war in the United States. But if it happens, I will tell you, I will not be fighting I will fight to defend the LGBTQ community. I will fight with the blue states. I will not fight with the red states, or whatever cost. For that, I will fight and continue to fight for the Constitution, and I'll continue to stand up for that. I will continue to stand up for human rights, stand up for free speech. I will stand up for that. Elon Musk, if you're a platform holder and you're choosing to silence somebody's speech because you don't like what they speak, it's his own right to do so, to block it off of his own purview on these platforms. But he does not have a right to silence somebody else's speech just because you don't like it. Sometimes if it's really damaging and really hurting, that's different. But what Elon Musk is doing is he's purging anybody that he doesn't like at all costs. He is basically saying that if you don't follow me, you don't listen to what I have to say and continue to do everything I do, you're done for. You're basically and that's it. I'm here on my channel. I will tell you that I have the right to boot you off of my videos and boot you off of my content. Okay? I am not going to stand and put LGBTQ second. I am going to stand and put video gaming first, LGBTQ second. No, I'm going to put LGBTQ first, gaming and my safety and gaming second. I will put those things second when it comes to me talking about these things. But I'm going to get on and play some Fortnite. But before I do hop off, guys, the last thing I do want to say, do not underestimate the problems going on. We had a train derailment in Delaware. We've had close calls with plane crashes. We've had close calls all the time. And I'm going to tell you, close calls, we've had airplane crashes. All of this is under Donald Trump's watch. All of this could have been averted, but no, he decided to do that. And I'm going to say this, like, spend your time. Don't come to me watching content on me just because. Don't come to watch me for my political content, guys. Come to watch me to have fun, to get engaged, and stuff like that. I don't like to get into all this. And guys, what you guys see is what I usually live stream with. I usually live stream with my computer or PlayStation, but as I said, PlayStation is down. Anyways, guys, I gotta get off because I know I've probably been rambling on for too long. But guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe here. Guys, come check out our video games. Right now, we're currently playing Final Fantasy IX. We are playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, on the Trovo side of things. But over here, we do play Final Fantasy IX. We're playing Fortnite at the moment. Eventually, that will probably, once Final Fantasy IX is done, I'll be picking up Magic the Gathering again, opening some packs, getting some things going on with that. So, as soon as 9 is done. Done with that. But I'm gonna hop on to Fortnite. But if you guys want to see content, always hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? Is our country safe? Is our country going to get royally screwed over? Is our country somewhat okay? You let me know. I was going to have the Marvel Rivals thing out today, but news is more important, and I'm going to tell you, do not give up on your identity. Don't, if you are trying to seek asylum in another country because of your identity, look for the Canadian Embassy. See if you can go and find the embassies in this country. They're the embassy, they're here. And make sure that you can go and talk to them and get yourself into seeking asylum and working your way to seek asylum in those countries. They will get you there. They will make sure that you can get there. And do it if you have to. But if you can fight. It is always great to do so. And that's the best thing you can do. If you are an LGBTQ person right now, the best thing you can do right now, I know it's not don't cow down to these bigots in these states. Fight as much as you can. If they start passing these laws and they don't listen to you, move to a blue state and start fighting there, starting from that point. If you can continue to fight and continue to help those in need, get them help. Do the best you can. Anyways, guys, hit that follow, hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Check out these videos. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think on all of this. And we'll see you guys in the next one.